we live in such an interesting time because in many ways, modern men and women, we have more options than ever before. We have so many more options than our ancestors in every sense of the word, right? Just in terms of deciding what we're going to do with our lives and every aspect of it, from the work we do to the friends we make to where we live to where we travel or don't, to who we marry or don't marry, whether we procreate or we don't. In the past, for most of human history, so many things were just, they weren't even options. It's just like, hey, you're born in this place, you're going to stay in this place, you're going to die in this place, you're going to marry one of these handful of people, you're going to have kids, you're going to do this. And I think in a modern lens, we like to look back at all this as limitation and oppression and this and this. And sure, that has existed and it still exists in pockets of the world. But as I kind of get older, I sort of question what the right amount of optionality is, almost, right? Like, you don't, having just more options isn't an inherently good thing. I think we pretend it is, but it's not. Like, we need some limitations. And actually, anyone to even become successful in any dimension, as you have to put limitations on yourself. Like, that's what discipline even is. If you just eat whatever the heck you want, which we now have the option to do, which our ancestors didn't, if you just do the activities or don't do the activities that you want or you don't want, if you just live this life of whether it's hedonism or it's nihilism or whatever, it actually results in what so many people do talk about: mental health issues, depression, anxiety. Why is everyone depressed? Why is all this? And it's like, it's some of it is a function of so many options, I believe, that people quite literally don't even know what to do. It's just like, well, I can do anything and everything, but none of it seems to be kind of making people happy, even if they play that game for a while. And there's some people who, really play that game unshackled. And yeah, it doesn't result in joy.
This is an interesting thought experiment that you're bringing up. Um, so, I mean, scientifically, this is true. The paradox of choice is this idea that more choices we would think would make you happier, but it actually reduces consumer happiness. It actually makes you less happy when you have more choices. You feel less satisfied with whatever choice you take. So if you put two choices in front of a person and they take one, they're more satisfied than if you put 50 choices and they pick one. Even though you would think more choices leads to more happiness, it doesn't. It's an interesting thing to ask the question, sort of applied through your lens, whether social media in an age where we are connected to the entire world, where we feel like the entire world is our option set, has reduced happiness in the context of partner, spousal, marital choices. I saw something the other day on Twitter that was talking about how a good-looking girl from Kansas uh, can go on Instagram, share some pictures of herself, and get flown out to St. Bart's by some extraordinarily wealthy millionaire, end up marrying that guy, and go live her life. Previously, she would have married the guy down the street at the farm in Kansas. And so the post was talking about how the guy down the street in Kansas is cooked because now the competition set is this global context for attractive women. And taking out the actual context of that post, there's an interesting thought experiment that exists within that, which is exactly what you're saying. Like, is our happiness as an aggregate reduced by the fact that social media has taken the option set from the people in your immediate vicinity that you might potentially meet through an actual organic interaction running into them somewhere, all the way to this global scale of anyone that you can slide into the DMs of?
This episode is brought to you by Sambrosa, the best way to get your 8 hours of rest. If, like me, you sometimes struggle with nighttime restlessness and allergies, then Sambrosa Night Syrup could be a game changer for you. Sambrosa contains a natural base of 7 organic herbs, honey, and a small amount of antihistamine. It's effective and soothing with no harsh chemicals, no high fructose corn syrup, and no artificial flavors or dyes. I've been using Sambrosa for several months now, and I can personally vouch for its effectiveness when it comes to improving my quality of rest at night. I also love the fact that they're a family-owned company who share my values of faith, freedom, and integrity. My listeners can try Sambrosa today and get 10% off by going to sambrosa.com/Zuby10. That's SAMBROSA.com/Zuby10 for 10% off your order. Try Sambrosa today and wake up ready to embrace life's opportunities. Go to sambrosa.com/Zuby10 and try it out.